right, we're in beautiful Kingston, Ontario. I am with the Kingston Pro, Coach Steve Phillips, and we are standing at the Kingston College BRRRR. So wait till you see the numbers on this property. They're absolutely mind-blowing. It's an awesome project, awesome potential down the line as well. We're gonna go check it out and learn all about Kingston, Ontario and the Kingston College BRRRR. Coach Steve, where are we right now?
Well, Anthony, we're at one of our clients' newest projects here in Kingston, and this is the BRRRR into a student rental conversion. We're just down the road from St. Lawrence College, so a lot of the content we've been talking about is Queen's University based. But for a lot of our clients, to get into Queen's University might mean a purchase price of $700,000 to $1.1 million. We got high rents and we've got lots of bedrooms and all of that, but it is a big ticket buy-in, right? So for these particular clients, they had some equity available, but their purchase price was somewhere around $600,000. So what we did is we picked up this property for $525,000. This will be a 6-bedroom, 3 up, 3 down, 2 washroom duplex when we're done with it in about 6 weeks. And we'll be ready to rent for the students coming in September for St. Lawrence College.
Okay.
St. Lawrence College is a really cool place because it has some influence of international students, but it doesn't need them, right? Before the international student craze happened, St. Lawrence College was packed. There are kids coming here, it's in high demand, it's a really elite secondary school for the college level, and a lot of the students were already here. So the influx of international students helps, but by no means are we depending on them. So it's a really interesting play. What we're looking at with this is about $900 a room, so rents are really still high. We've got this actually kind of like a hybrid play on this because we've done a short or a midterm rental while we're doing the construction upstairs. And we're pulling in about $2,800 all inclusive on the upstairs while construction is going on.
Yeah, wow, that's a home run. So why this project instead of all the other projects available in Kingston, like a Queen's University, 8-bedroom student rental? Why did you and your clients pick this property?
I think when my clients came to me, they were still new into a BRRRR strategy. They had heard about it. They had done a lot of content overload from the internet, but they had never actually applied it. And when they actually came to me, they were thinking more in lines of apartment buying because that had been kind of, the noise of the internet. Everybody needs apartments. Yeah. And what's really turned around for them is they were young, they had really good income, they had no dependents, no kids. They had just completed a massive project for their personal home where they had a bunch of equity. And it fit that they should do some kind of a BRRRR reno style where we are getting lower purchase prices. This unit just 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, would have been selling close to $700, $680. And now we were able to pick it up at $525.
Wow.
We're still gonna get some really great cash flow coming out of this property because of the student rental play on the end.
Yeah.
And it also is the hedge that we always like to apply where we're really avoiding a lot of the landlord tenant board issues.
Yeah, so these numbers are excellent. I think, is the upstairs renovated already?
The upstairs was just paint, man. We got really lucky. We're keeping it a lot of, the standard thing. It was in place, it was good when we got here. We updated it, lipsticked it a little bit, and it will be ready to rent by this end of this week.
Okay, so basement's under construction right now. Why don't we go in, check it out, tour the home, see what it's all about.
Let's see it.
Hey everybody, you can now book a free real estate investing strategy call with a rockstar investing coach, speak with an experienced real estate investor, and get their insight on the next best step to take for you and your situation. The link to book a call at your convenience is in the description below. And now back to the video.
So we're inside a bungalow, and if you've done any BRRRRs over the last 10 years, you've seen this layout before, but this is your 3-bedroom, 1 bath. Behind me is the living room. Over to this side, or behind our cameraman, is the kitchen. And we've got ourselves set up in what is a very standard duplex conversion, okay? So the basement is under construction. Up here, we just had some really ugly colors and some stuff that was just a little tired and worn out. So our client, who's actually contractor by nature, was able to come in here and paint the upstairs. Not because he had to, but because he wanted to. He wanted to be involved in this. This was his first BRRRR, and he wanted to have some kind of hand or fingerprint on the project. So he's gone through and painted it. And what we're looking at here is some really good bedroom sizes. In this main bedroom here, you have access to the backyard, which is unique, but still useful. And what we like is that you've got ample size, lots of room. This will be a student rental when we're done. So bedroom size is important because we're going to be going for $900 per room. We can't have tiny cramped bedrooms that have no availability or space. Down towards the end of the hall, We have the full 4-piece bathroom, just missing the toilet, as you might have seen in the living room. And then the last bedroom to the end here. The thing about this layout that I really, really like, and I've been in pretty much every duplex or bungalow layout you could imagine over my 18 years. What I like about this one is that the bedrooms are in the back and the living space is towards the front. So the kitchen and the living rooms are there. Now for students, they need a quiet space to study, and this allows them to be kind of isolated while they're going through their year, right? And the kids, the rest of them, can be hanging out in the kitchen, can be out in the living room, and they're not disturbing the people that are actually back here. Really, really favorable on your layout. Also, because of this kind of wider ranch style that we've got, you also have an oversized lot, which we'll get to in the backyard. But the oversized lot is gonna give you a lot of flexibility when it comes to future development and a lot of potential for a third unit or garden suite. The last bedroom here, pretty standard, exactly what we're looking for. You can see there's no fighting over who's got the bigger bedroom. There's no issues about dealing with the students trying to figure out which room is the best. They're all very neutral, they're all the same. Everything plays out really easy here. So in the kitchen, again, everything was already here. It doesn't need to be over the top gorgeous. This is a student rental at the end of the day. So this kitchen is very functional. The cabinets have kind of been taken off just for the time being. They're gonna get a little bit of a facelift, a little resurfacing, and they'll be back on. The appliances all came with what we needed. A little bit dated, but again, students, it's gonna be okay. The main point here that's really important is because we're doing a legal duplex, we need to provide the laundry and the stackable washer dryer. Added bonus when we go to get the student rental, it will give us that added advantage that there's in-suite laundry for everybody involved, and that'll be here. It's also where our fire separation to the bottom unit occurs because these used to be the stairs that go down. So part of this deal for our clients who live almost 2.5, 3 hours away from Kingston is that they needed to have some assistance with contractors and designers and planners and all of those things. So we at the Buy-in Kingston team and Rockstar always provide our database to our clients. And so we were able to get in some really great contractors who've been working away here right from closing. We brought in the designer, and they were able to lay out and do all of our drawings for our clients to make sure permits were able to be submitted. And we've had some fun with this layout. Similar to what we see upstairs, we've got ourselves a 3-bedroom layout. So bedroom 1 being to this side here, and then a small hallway entering into bedroom 2. You're gonna need a little bit of imagination, but I'm sure you can do this. Closets are ample size and are also where we're splitting the 2 units. We have our panels. Panel is located in bedroom 1. We're gonna need 200 amps for this property, obviously, but this will allow us to have separated electrical and be able to help with our tenancy once we get to the utility stage. Over this way, we've been able to get Justin in here working away on our bathroom. You can see as we come in that we've added the plumbing and banged out the concrete so that we can get ourselves everything we need. And we've actually also got an in-suite laundry in this old cold storage room. So this will be a really good use of the space for both storage as well as the laundry washer and dryer. As we go into this side of the room, this will be our living and kitchen area. A little bit on like a more smaller side, but there's a new window going in that you can see framed out right there. And it's gonna be really, really bright. The light from the street will be able to come in and this whole space will open up. So we've got a sitting area to the back where TV and couches can go, and our kitchen will go along this wall right here. So there's plenty of space for the students. And then towards the back here, we can see bedroom number 3, as well as our isolated mechanical units that will all be in this back closet. So really great layout. Again, because of the size of this property, we have tons and tons of space in this footprint, and it allows us to get all 3 bedrooms into an upstairs and downstairs. And we've layered them right on top of each other just to make things a little easier for the construction. So one of the key things about Kingston and doing a conversion project is that they allow tandem parking for our parking spots. Additionally, our front lawn is so big that we can also cut into it to add an additional parking spot on the side. But for the student rental, for the most part, there's gonna be some cars, but there's not a ton of cars. And so what we wanna do is be able to provide, this is almost 4 parking spots altogether tandem, and allow for some spots to be here, and we can add spots after the first year managing it and seeing how the property functions. Now back here is one of the biggest features that we were looking for in a property. Whenever we're dealing with a conversion project, I'm always hammering our clients and making sure that we're emphasizing how important it is for future development. Renee and I both believe that 10, 15 years from now, density is going to be the issue and the topic that everyone wants. So if you don't have a lot that can withstand additional space or development, you're gonna be missing a ton of equity down the line. This property brought all of this together. As you can see behind me, we have a huge, huge property here. The pool that used to be has just been filled in with dirt and is now overgrown with plant life. At the end of the day, not a real big concern because nobody's gonna drown in dirt. But we will remove it when the time comes. We'll deconstruct it, fill it all in, and it will probably be the pad that we're gonna use a portion of it for parking as we add the additional suites in the back. So lots of great features in this property. We can either go back off of the existing structure, we can go up if we really wanted to and add a secondary floor to this bungalow, or we can go out and we can go and add an ADU or a garden suite in the back. There's a lot of really great projects going on in Kingston right now with ADUs. Some of our clients are currently doing them. I've got 2 of them on the go right now where we're converting a garage and we're also doing a modular project. So there's lots of options for you when you start to look at ADUs in the Kingston area. And I think as time goes on, you're gonna see even more development this way because this is useful backyard space that needs to be used in a more productive housing way. What would run here, Renee, and what I like about this is this actually becomes a drive-through. And if we do add parking to this backyard, we can fit 2 or 3 more spots back here that aren't taking up a tandem where it's an inconvenience. And we can still get enough space for a 2-bedroom ADU in the back. And so generally speaking, I think that having this amount of space gives you flexibility and options. And at the end of the day, whether we need the parking, we don't need the parking, we meet the standards. When we exceed the standards by such a far measure, what ends up happening is our clients have options. And at the end of the day, that's what we're really looking for. We want them to have tons and tons of options so that they never have to worry about hearing no from the city. Okay, so we've walked you through the project, Anthony. We've showed you everything that we've got. I'm guessing you want to know the numbers.
Yes.
Okay, so we picked up this property for $525,000. We've got 6 bedrooms at $900 per room. And we're looking at an ARV or a refi value based on our neighbor here, who's a legal duplex directly beside us, currently on the market, is looking for about $750,000. And what we've seen for a lot of the appraisers coming out of the area, that we can comfortably land between $650,000 and $700,000 on a refi here pretty easily with these kind of numbers. So it will all depend when our clients get to the other side, how much equity they want to leave in this project and how much they want to take to the next one, and how important their cash flow is going to be when they're done.
Wow. So are they happy with how things have gone so far?
I mean, as far as we can see, everybody's having a great experience so far. It is construction. We're waiting for the thing to happen because there is no perfect construction project. Something will go somewhere. But so far it's been smooth sailing. We really had a really good turnover on this project. Contractors have been great. The rents we mentioned earlier, we were able to fill a midterm for this client for the upstairs while construction is going on. We're getting $28.50 upstairs, all inclusive, for 2 months from some local contractors actually that are needing a place to stay. So you've got a good midterm market here as well. That's really giving our clients a lot of weight off their shoulders. They're not carrying anything on this project extensively for the 2 to 3 months that they're under rental.
And then students have already rented out the top floor for September 1st.
And we're getting 2,400 plus utilities on the upstairs for those students, which breaks to our 900. And as soon as the rentals are done in the basement, we'll be able to start advertising and marketing that. And we don't expect any troubles getting the tenants based on how fast we've been able to do all the other rentals here.
So 3 bedrooms up at 2,400. So is that plus utilities then?
Yeah, I'm not a math major and you caught me there. But what we're doing in our numbers is we are looking at 900 plus utilities. So on this type of a unit, the added utility cost is gonna bring us up to cover off our 2,700 all in. I think generally, if you're a property manager out there, or if you've managed these kind of things, the added bonus of having the utilities above and beyond is great to have. If we were 900 all in utilities included, we'd actually be looking at about an 800 or maybe even 825 rent.
Okay, so if you're doing a Kingston BRRRR, is this kind of like a sweet little pocket where you can combine that with the student rental at this attractive purchase price to then get the higher rents?
I think it's like a BRRRR on steroids, because if we take this project and we move west 15 minutes down the road, there's still this deal exists, right? But we don't have the benefit of adding the students in here.
Yeah.
When we do that, our rent rates pull back to what we're seeing in other cities. So we're looking at more like 22 to 2,300 on the main floor, probably utilities in. And then we're getting 18 to 1,900 in the basement, probably utilities in. So that little added bonus of having the students does allow us to get some more rents, exceedingly more rents. And it allows us to also entertain utilities outside of the rent, because there's a standard rent rate for most of these kids. So as they're looking around, this is what they're walking into everywhere they go.
Yeah, awesome. This is just an awesome project. Like, everything about it is great. The future development, what you guys ended up doing with the top floor, renting it out as a midterm rental, the construction project's going smoothly. If somebody wants to learn more about how to do this type of project, is there some way that people can reach out to you, follow along?
Buyinkingstonteam.com. Go check us out there. We're both on Instagram, and so you can find us on a lot of the social medias, Facebooks, all of those things. But I think really, if you start to reach out to us, we have calendar time available. Get a discovery call in. These clients were looking to buy apartment buildings and had their focus on apartment buildings. It wasn't until they were opened up to what was a possibility that their kind of strategy shifted and moved over to something like this. I think at the end of the day, if you're out there and you're wondering what you should be buying in Ontario or what you should be looking at, give us a call. We have some good options.
Okay, and now sum up Kingston in one word if you can.
Cheapers.
Cheapers, there you go. Cheapers.
One of the key selling features of this house was the convenience of the toilet. It's made everybody feel a lot more comfortable about knowing where they're gonna go.